Alright, so we're finally able to get into HIP 87621. So, what exactly is going on? 07 Commander's Dimebot here. Well, what is going on is there is a new community goal. You'll see I'm parked at Exogene Sciences here. Let's look at Starport Services. Oh, mission board, community goals. Boom, here we go. So, Pilots Federation has confirmed that members are now authorized to enter the system. Duh, we're already here. So, there's a call for exobiological data, and if you're thinking this isn't the first time we've done exobio for something related to the system, you're not wrong. There is a new type of flora plant that's been located on several bodies in the system, and Vista Genomics at Exogene Sciences wants data. Now, a note here, this is important. Given the unique nature of this flora and the urgent need for data, Vista Genomics has lifted the usual limitation of one sample per planet. That's not all they've lifted, actually. It's a little more significant than that. So, pilots may therefore gather numerous samples from a single site. Yep, you can go around and just gather and gather and gather and gather and gather. You're going to need an Artemis suit, the genetic sampler, and samples sold as part of the initiative will have an 8x price multiplier. And if you get at least one sample in, you'll get an Artemis Photon Blue suit pack and credits. Pilots in the top 75% and above will receive a Grade 5 Artemis suit with improved battery capacity, night vision, increased sprint duration, and improved jump assist modifications. Guys, this is a nice reward if you get into the 75%, which I am not quite yet. Campaign began on the 13th. I've been a little busy, so haven't been able to look at it until now, and it runs for 2 weeks. Now, one thing you may want to note, guys, is they did make a note up here that all the planets that this thing has been found on have hot atmospheres. So, yeah, it kind of sucks down there, but it's going to be worth it. So, let's take a look at what you have to do. So, what do you need for this community goal, guys? Not much. A small ship with a small footprint that can land on a planet pretty easily. So, you know, an Asp, a Diamondback, even a Sidewinder. We're not leaving the system. So, you don't need something with a massive jump range. You need an Artemis suit. And that's really it. Once you've got a scan on the system, just go to one of these biological sites. As you'll see, there's a good number of them there. So let's just pick one. And head towards it. And this is as dead simple as a community goal is going to get. So we'll see you guys on the ground. All you're doing is heading towards the bio site and landing just like you would at anything else on the planet. As we glide in, guys, I just want to point out that unlike a lot of other exobiology stuff, there's going to be no question of where you're going for these. Not only do you have the biological site marker, but they are extremely visible from quite a ways out. You see that purplish blue haze down there. And it's only going to get more pronounced as we get closer and actually get into what this site actually consists of. But don't worry about trying to find them. There is zero guesswork here. In fact, if you can't find them, I really worry about your ability to navigate a spaceship in a leak, because these things are extremely, extremely obvious.
Landing gear deployed.
So we're just going to come right on in and land. Now, you guys may want to take an SRV into this. I would certainly recommend it, but your mileage may vary. But the reason I suggest taking an SRV in, even though I'm not going to do it right now myself, is because of battery drain. Your battery is going to be running out pretty fast unless your suit's already higher level or engineered, because of unsafe temperatures.
Warning. Dangerously high temperature detected.
Now, I am not going to go that far, so I'm simply not going to worry about it, but you'll see all of these signatures spread out over this whole forest of these things. Now, normally, you would only be able to grab a couple, and that would be it. However, because of the community goal and the restrictions being lifted, we're going to be able to... if I can get up here. God love the thrusters in this game. grab this sample. And then you'll see that we do have a little bit of a radius, but it's nowhere near what it normally is. You're going to find them that can be a little more difficult to reach than others, but with judicious use of your suit thrusters, really shouldn't be too much of a problem. I haven't found one that is completely impossible to gather as of yet. Run over to this tree right here. And again, just land. Point your scanner in the general area. Boom, there we have a sample. And you'll note that this one right here is still available to scan. So this is going to be your general loop for this community goal, is find these forests at these biological sites. Go around, pick up the data. Keep an eye on your suit battery so that you don't roast to death. And again, this is why I would recommend taking your SRV as you scan, as you move around. You're draining your suit battery. Having the SRV out here for you to hop back into and recharge, and then move further into the forest, get out, collect, recharge, get out, collect, recharge. Simply repeat that process will allow you to be a lot more efficient than having to run back to your ship every single time your battery gets low. From here, it's dead simple. Collect as many samples as you feel like, and once you are ready to get turned in, we'll head back for Exogene Space Station. Alright, so once you're back at the station, it's a simple matter of just disembarking, heading for the hangar lobby. Now, I only stayed out there and grabbed a couple samples, guys. You can stay out there for a very long time if you want to. One of the reasons I recommend taking your SRV is so that you have a portable battery recharger with you as you drive through the various sites. Don't have to worry about having to run back to your ship, but regardless of how you do it, once you have your samples, just get on back to Exogene, head on up to Vista Genomics, and do your usual sell routine. I'd like to sell my data. There's the samples that I am selling. So 1.9 mil. And there we go. Yep, that is everything. Now, guys, you're not going to make a ton of money off of actually turning in the samples. I mean, if you turn in hundreds of them, yes, but not like you would with some other exobiology stuff. However, the suit for this is the real draw, and the engineered suit is really, really nice. That represents a lot of time and materials and effort that you don't have to go through, with some pretty decent perks. So even if you're not interested in the credits, and I know a lot of us that are billionaires may not necessarily be as interested in the credits, that suit is still a pretty nice incentive. You have 2 weeks to do this. Well, a week and 2 days as of the release of this video. That was the wrong button. So plenty of time to at least bootstrap yourself into the top 75%, which honestly should not be that hard. And you're still getting a decent payout if you get into the top 75%. 112 mil is not bad. But really, that suit, improved battery capacity, night vision, increased sprint, and improved jump assist. It's a very nice suit. I would definitely go for it. Put on the podcast, go out there, because this is honestly one of the more boring community goals I've ever seen them run. It reminds me a little bit of some old school Thargoid stuff, but it's just mindless scanning. Still, put on the podcast, get to it, and get those suits, and that is going to do it, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, found it helpful, like and subscribe. If you're here to the end, thanks for feeding the algorithm by watching and giving me that sweet watch time. 07 Commanders, I'm Dinebot. I'll see you next time.